So in this week you should start practicing, otherwise more concepts will be in pending state only. Okay. Okay, so let's start our concepts today. So we are done with 4 types of operators and special operators. Set operators we can see later once we discuss about joins. Right. So moving to functions. So function is nothing but to do some calculations or to do some task, right? So instead of writing our own logic, already some inbuilt functions are there, right? So let's say to multiply two numbers, we did so and so number into so and so number, right? Same way, if we want to see power or square root of a number, mod of a number, right, and ASCII and a round figure of a number. So for those kind of calculations, already we have some predefined functions in our case, right? So we can use them and we can make our job easier. Okay, so we have 7 types of functions in SQL. So number, which we use to work on number data type columns like salary, ID, right, where we can see number data types, and string functions use it to work on character data types, uppercase, lowercase, and a lot of functions are there under string. We'll see one by one. And date, these 3 functions very important. We do use repeatedly in our real-time projects also, right? And aggregate functions also important, analytical functions also important, and mainly into interviews, these 2. We'll see. Anyhow, we can't ignore even one function, right? Every function is important. It has that function role. We'll see. Moving to number function first. Sorry, power. We have seen dummy table, right? Okay, let me take new session. Okay. Okay, first one is power. So to calculate power of any number, right? I mean, it's 25 power or 50 power cube. So we have that calculations, right, in math. So to get those type of calculations directly, we can use power. Let's say if we want to get 25 power, means that it doesn't mean 25 into 25, right? So instead of writing our own logic, by default we can use functions. Okay, so we are saying power value of 25 into 25, it is manual calculation. So instead of this calculation, we can use predefined inbuilt function in our SQL. Okay, so I can say just like this, power of 25 comma 2. So it can also give me same result. Let's say if I want to see power of 4, right? So I need to do multiplication 4 times, 25 into 25 into 25 into 25. So instead of that, by using power function, simply I can make it same, right? 25 comma 4, that's it. So it can do 25 power of 4, right? So whatever the value we are seeing here, same value we are getting by using power function, right? So it is making our job easier. So this is how remaining all functions also we can use in SQL, right? Number, string, any function. So that function will make our job easier, right? So let's say one requirement we have seen in yesterday's session or day before yesterday's session, right? So to increase salaries employees with 10% of hike, we did some calculations. Same thing, if we get any requirement to do power of 25 4 times, right? So we need to use this calculation. What if they ask us to print 25 power 25, right? So instead of using this calculation 25 times, simply we can say 25 comma 25 by using power function. So this can give the value of that 25 power 25, right? So this is how we can use all our number string remaining all functions. Okay, so it is about power. Again, it is not that much important. We don't use in real-time projects, but concept wise important, right? Simply interviewer will ask us to tell give me any 5 names of number functions. So you can remember this. Okay, And same way square root, right? Just opposite to power. So if we use square root, it can give the square root value of specific number. Okay, so instead of power, let's say 625. So here square root. Okay, square root value is nothing but 25. So whatever we have seen power 25 comma 2 to calculate power, right? Same that power result what we got. So to see the square root value of the power, we can use square root function and it can give the result of square root value. Okay, same thing we can apply on any number. So these are straightforward, you will get to know, and this one is main important, mod. Okay, and mod, you know, right? So if we calculate any number with another number, so at the end there will be remaining value, right? Remind, let's say if we divide 10 with 2, so nothing is there, so it got divided exactly, right? So with 5 or something, right, we no need to see the other value, but what is the left, right? If I divide 11 with 2, there is 1, I mean remaining value which is not able to divide absolutely, right? So same way if I use 3, now what can be the expected output if we use mod function? So after dividing this 11 with the 3, what is left? Mod value
Two.
of correct, right? So we can see 2. So same thing, if I use 4,
3.
correct. Okay, so if I use 11, so
0.
11 divided by 11, 0,
Empty.
0, right? There is nothing. Okay, why we use mod function repeatedly means to identify either it is odd number, even number. Okay, so now 11 is odd number, right? So after dividing with 2, there is 1 which is not dividing exactly. So if I say 12, so it can divide and our mod value is 0, that means it is even number. 12 is even number. Okay, so in interview also we will get this question. So how to identify either it is odd number or even number? By using mod function we can identify that. So whatever the value we have, right, so we can calculate with mod by dividing with 2, right? If it is 0, we can say even number, if not odd number. So either we will get 1 or 0 right here, that's it. So only two options, odd, even. So that is why it is very very important. Even in PLSQL also we will get programs, right, to write, or in SQL straightforward they will ask us to identify either it is even number or odd number. Okay, by using mod only we can identify that. Yeah, so that is very very important, mod function. And then ASCII, so it is not that much, but let's see. So every alphabet, right, so every alphabet will have ASCII number, but we don't use it, right? 100% we don't use it in SQL, but we'll see some ASCII numbers. So ASCII means some full form is there, American Standard Characters Identification something. Okay, I didn't remember exactly, but still we see. So A to Z, for every character there is one ASCII number. So if I say ASCII lowercase a, we will get one number, so 97. Same way if I say uppercase a, so there will be another ASCII number, 65. Okay, so like this, A to Z, every character allocated with one ASCII number. We don't use at all this. Okay, no need to worry. But there is a ASCII function which is number derivative function. So A to Z alphabets allocated with one ASCII number. That's it, you need to remember. And these four: sail, floor, round, trunk. these four number functions are similar, used to round a value. Okay, we'll see how that works. So let's say there is one bill, right? So I brought one pen which cost around 99 rupees. Okay, so here, I mean, maybe instead of taking 99, let's go with some points. Okay. Okay, first we'll discuss with the exact value, then we go with the decimals. Okay, 99.5. Fine. Okay, so I brought one item and it cost around 99.5. Okay, so here, right, so they will generate one bill based on our amount, right, based on our amount and items which we brought, right? So at the end, let's say either we go with the cash payment or online payment. At the end, let's say they want to do it as a round figure value, right? So they are not going to accept 0 0.5, 0 0.7 values. Either they want 99 rupees or 100 rupees, right? So in between, they are not going to accept that payments. Okay, so let's say that item cost 99.50 pice, right? So they are we need to work on that round figure values from SQL, right? So by using these four functions, we can round figure a value. Okay, so you see sale, it always displays the next to highest value, right? So now if I apply sale function on this value, okay, sale, whatever the number we have, I'm using dual only for now. We'll see on tables also. 99.50. Okay, so bill will get round figure to highest value. Okay, it can be even 99 rupees 10 paisa. Still, bill will be round figure to 100 rupees. So as a customer, I am not happy with this, right? So here, after 99 rupees, I just need to pay 10 paisa, right? So as a customer, I am ready to pay either 10 paisa or 99 rupees, right? So they are making it round figure to highest value 100 rupees, means I am losing 90 paisa from my pocket, right? I'm not going to accept that scenario, right? Even one paisa also, right? If it is 99.01 paisa, still it will round figure that bill amount to 100 rupees. Okay, so if we use sale function from SQL to round figure a value, always it will round figure to highest value, always. Okay, so here in this scenario, customer won't be happy, right? So we have another functions also. Let's say flow, right? So this function also use it to round figure a value. Okay, so what it will do, just opposite to sale. So always it will round figure to lowest value. So let's say here again I want to pay 10 paisa, 99 10 paisa. It will round figure to lowest value 99 rupees. So again customer will be happy here, right? He want to pay 10 paisa additionally, but they are round figuring to lowest value. As a customer, I am okay, right? Here 10 paisa difference even. Seller also okay to reduce 10 paisa from their account. What if it is, sometimes you can see 99 rupees 99 paisa, right? So here almost we need to pay 1 rupee. But if we use floor function from SQL to round figure that bill amount, it will round figure to lowest value, 99 rupees. So in this case, seller is losing 99 paisa. Just for 1 paisa, he is round figuring that value to lowest value. Almost he is losing 1 rupee from that product. So in this case, who is not happy? Seller. Seller is not happy with this round figure function. Okay, so sale, floor, like older round functions. So these days we don't use, right? So because we see drawbacks, right? So if we use sale, by default it is round figuring to highest value. So here one person will be happy, another person not happy. Same way floor also, it is always round figuring to lowest value, right? So who is at highest side, not happy. Okay, so that is why we don't use these two functions at all. And next we have round trunk. By using round, we can round figure in between. Okay, so there we can pass the condition. Okay, round figure in between these two values like that. Okay, you see, it rounds the value up to given number of positions. This is the last element. Okay, we will see, right? Instead of saying definition, if you say example, you will get to know. Okay, so same thing. If I take by using round. Okay, so I'm applying round function on same input which we used flow, right? So it is round figuring to 100. So here customer just need to pay 1 paisa additionally to make it round figure to 100 rupees. So to pay 1 paisa extra, customer also will be okay, right? So when it comes to 0 1 paisa means 99 01. So then in this scenario what will happen, it will round figure to lowest because it is near to lowest value. So depends on the decimal value, right? So either it is low, near to lowest value or near to highest value, depends on that round will round figure the value. So it will divide into 50-50. So let's say customer need to pay 49 rupees. So 99 rupees 49 paisa. So this time again it is near to lowest value. So it will round figure to highest. Sorry, lowest. Right. Next time if they want to pay 51, 99, 51. So it is above 50%. Right. So it will round figure to highest value. So it is this round function will be on both sides, both customer and seller side. So if it is lowest to, I mean, if it is near to lowest value, it will round figure to lowest value. If it is near to highest value, it will round figure to highest value. Okay. So in this case, both customer and seller will be happy because when they need to pay just 40 paisa extra, right? So they can pay instead of, because seller side amount is more, right? So, if they round figure it to lowest value, seller will lose. If they round figure it to highest value, buyer will lose, right? So if we use round, depends on the decimal value, it will round figure either highest to highest or lowest to lowest. Got it? So it is checking the condition, so it will divide our decimal value two parts, 50-50%. Okay, so 1 to 50 and 51 to 100. Clear? And here we need to see a few more examples. Okay, so sometimes we may get bills like this, right? So 51.5254. So if we want to round figure it directly, we can leave it, no need to specify. So let's say if we want to round figure it with the two decimals, right? So comma, and we can specify the decimals how many we want while using round. Okay, if I say 2, it will round figure to up to 2 decimals. Okay, so again it will calculate these values to round figure. Let's say next to 251 we have 254, right? So what if I have 7 here? So it will round this decimal value will be round figure to highest value. So this one. Okay, let me show you that. You see, we are getting 99.52. Okay, so from here it will start round figuring every two decimals. Okay, 54 highest to, I mean near to highest value. So like it will be like 6, right? When it comes to here 7 6, again it will be, it is highest to, I mean near to highest value, right? So it will round figure to 2 5 2 instead of 5 1. So in case if I have 3 here, which is near to lowest value, so it will be 5 1 only. Okay, same way if we want to display 3 decimals, we can say 3 here, 5 and 4. If you want to 4 decimals, you can say 4. Okay, and in case if you want only 1, you can specify 1. So 99.5. Okay, same rules applicable, depends on the next value percentage, either below 50% or above 50%, depends on that only. A value will get round figured either for lowest or highest. Okay. Do you want to see more examples? So now let's go back to our table p underscore c1. Okay. So now you tell me, so if I use round function on this salary, so what will be the amount? So I'm not specifying any decimals, direct round.
4499.
Oh, correct. So 4499. Let's see. Okay. So it is near to highest value 98, right? So it will be 4499. Same way, if we use other functions, you can see the difference. Okay. And here, right, same column we can use multiple times in our select statement. There are no limitations. Okay. So I can use round on salary, I can use sale, okay, and I can use flow. Same column, salary only I'm using repeatedly. So in select statement it is like our user defined, right? So whatever we want we can use multiple times also, same column. Now you can notice the difference. Okay. So 2575, round, it is near to highest value, so round figure to highest. Sale, always we know it will round figure to highest value, and when it comes to flow, always prefer lowest value to round figure, right? You see, so 99, 99, 98, and where we can see below 50. Mm, 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 mm. Do you see anything below 50%? Okay, okay. I don't see any value. Okay, these are round figured values only, right? In decimals. Okay, okay, this one you can see, right? So it is near to lowest value. So round is round figuring to lowest value, but sale round figuring to highest value. Okay, this one. This is how we will use function round functions to round figure a value. So depends on requirement again. So all 99 cases we use round only, and by default if you want to round figure to highest you can go with the sale. You can, if you want lowest value you can go with the flow, but we do prefer round only 99%. Okay. And we have another function which is trunk. Okay, this one, but this trunk also same like round only, but it won't check the condition either it is below 50% or above 50%. Let's see. Where's my, okay. Hmm. So you see it is printing as it is, right? Because I want to display two decimals. Okay. Now let me give lowest value 19. See. Okay, let me remove this one. So 99 rupees, right? If it is above 50% still 99 only. It is not checking the condition, either it is above 50% or below 50%. Only round function will check the condition above 50 or below 50. So right, but here what is the use of trunc? Mainly we use on date functions, I mean date columns, to round figure it to lowest value. That we can see while working on date columns, right? Now let's say we have decimals like this, and I want to display up to 2, right? So what are the functionality we have in round to display, I mean to reduce decimal values? Same functionality we can use along with the trunc, but it won't check the condition, either it is 50% or below 50%. That's it. So remaining all same as round only. Okay, so again here also we have drawback, right? It is printing below value only, lowest value every time. So we do prefer round. Okay, any questions? So around we have 8 functions only. Okay. Sometimes we will get interview questions.
For trunk and floor, both are same in that case.
No, so floor always round figuring to lowest value, right?
Hmm.
So you see, so here the bill amount is 99.99 rupees, 99 paisa, but still it is round figuring to 99 only. Same scenario, if we use with round, it is round figuring to highest 100 rupees, because it is this value is near to highest value, right?
Agree.
but
Uh,
but floor is not checking either it is a highest, near to highest or near to lowest. By
not
default
trunk.
it is
Trunk.
round figuring to
Hmm.
99, lowest
Hmm.
value. Okay.
Trunk. Trunk and
Okay,
floor.
trunk also, right? So trunk also not checking the condition. So here, okay, let me remove this. Now you see it is round figuring to lowest value only.
That's what. Both are same, na? Trunk and floor. It gives the lowest value.
Yes, but while working with floor, we can't provide decimals, right? So let's say display only 1. Okay,
Hmm.
it will throw the error. So here we don't have that syntax, but while working with the trunk we have. So we can say 1 means display only 1 decimal point.
Okay.
Okay, that is the difference. Okay, so any other questions on number functions? So mod and round we do use repeatedly in our real-time projects. So remaining all up to interview can be useful, or sometimes trunk can be useful on date functions. Okay, again we will see how that works while discussing about date functions and date columns. So we are good, right? And number functions.
Yes.
Okay, so next we'll discuss about string functions. Is nothing but character. So on character columns we do use string functions. Okay, and first one is length. So length is used to identify length of characters in a given string. Okay, so let's see how that works. So let's say we have name John, right? So if we want to see how many characters are there in this name, we can use length. So length function will give the result as number, the length of characters, the length of string, given string. Okay, so this we can apply on our table. So yesterday, did you remember we worked by using like operator, right? So to display whose name having 4 characters in their name. So that requirement we can achieve by using length function also. Okay, 2 ways. Okay, let's say again someone asks you to print whose name having 4 characters. So we learned like operator, so we can go with the four underscores, right? So like four underscores, okay, where is first name, first underscore name, like, right? Okay, so like operator and four underscores can give the result of whose name length is 4 characters. Same way, by using this length function, we can achieve that requirement. Okay, so let's say in this scenario, in where whatever the functions, right, we are discussing in where class, we can use that. Okay, so I'm going to use this length on first name, just like this. So while discussing, I'm hard coding values, right, 99, like this. So in real time scenarios, we do use on table columns. So just replace this hard code value with the table column name wherever we want to use, right? This time this length function I want to use on first name. And before that, we'll see how this looks on table. Okay, and the first name, and I don't want to use this where condition commenting out. Okay, you see, so it is actual name, and if I use length function and first name, we can see length of characters. So Donald has 6 characters, Douglas has 7 characters, Pat 3 characters, right? So it is giving number of characters in their name, length of characters. Okay, so now instead of using like operator, just we can go with the length. So if we use length on first name, it will be the result, right? So when we execute this query in where class, it will be ready with the output. Okay, let's say if we are looking whose name having 4 characters. So when it comes to Donald, what is the output here? It is holding to compare with 4. While executing for Donald, the actual return from length function is 6, because Donald has 6 characters. So 6 equal to 4, not true, right? So we don't get Donald in our result. Okay, so let me execute. Let me pin this one and let me execute it again. Okay, so you see, we got John, Lewis, someone else, right? Because remaining all people, wherever we see either greater than 4, less than 4, it won't be included in our result. But if you see where we have 4 characters here, so John have just 4 characters in their name whose length equal to 4. So exactly matching where length function returns 4, right? And while comparing with our input, it is equal, which means our condition is true. So we can see Zan in our result. Okay, so when it comes to Joe's manual, right, actual length is 11, but we are looking for 4. It is not true, so we don't get that in our result. Got it? So how length function will work? So whenever we use functions and a column name in where class, while executing the script, first it will execute this length function, it will hold the result, right? So whatever the result we are seeing, this value will get compared with our input value. Okay, so now what else? Okay, so we have few members. So if I say greater than, length greater than 10, what does it mean?
Length should be 11, 10, 11 to
Yes, so their name should have more than 10 characters, right? So now it will check like this. So greater than 10. So all these conditions are false, means below a 10 only. So when it comes to Joe's manual having 11 characters, which is true, right? So this output we can see in our result, Joe's manual and Christopher. So 2 members are there with more than 10 characters in their name, first name. Got it? How length is working? Okay, so both the scenarios are correct. So if you want to use like operator by using underscores, you can go, right? If you want to use length, you can go with this. But using length function will make our job easier compared with like, let's say if we want to see uh, greater than 10 what is this characters. So here we need to use 10 underscores after that percentage, right, at the end. So after that we may have a number of characters, but 10 characters should be there. So every time we can't increase and decrease the underscores. So directly we can go with the length function, and this can return the length of characters, and here we can play with the condition greater than equal like that. Okay, and then reverse again. So reverse also like waste function we don't use, but let's see. So reverse itself is giving some meaning, right? So whatever the input we provide, just it will display that in reverse. So now I'm giving John as input, it will display what is Nahi, right? Reverse. Okay, fine, right? So just reverse function is used to display characters provided by us in a reverse order. Okay, but still this one we got in interview. So how to print given characters in reverse order? So simply by using reverse function we can do that. Okay, so useless functions can be roused by useless interviewer. So next one, upper. So upper lower are very important. Okay, so upper function is used to convert our string value into upper cases. So that can be in mixed or already upper, already in lower. So entire string value will be converted as uppercase. Okay, so how we can use this upper function means, let's go back to our table. Okay, going to use upper in place of length. Okay, so let's say someone asked me to display Donald or Nina, someone name, right? I mean their details. So we can go with the first underscore name equal to so and so Nina, right? Let's say initially I don't have access to see how they are storing data, but if I use that in lowercase, we don't get any data because their first character in our result, in our data, is in uppercase n, in uppercase. So if I provide that in lowercase, it is not matching with the input, so we don't get any result because I don't know. So next time I'm going to give all in uppercase. Again it is not matching with the table data what we stored and input data what we are getting, right? Again we don't get any data. Okay, so it is very important in real cases, right? So we don't know how they are storing data in database table, uppercase, lowercase, or mixed case, right? So let's say or else we are storing in uppercase format only, but we don't know how the customer or user going to provide their details. Okay, so in this case we are going to use either upper or lower function. So I will tell you. Okay, so we are going to use upper function on this one for first name column. Okay, so first name upper, and I'm giving uppercase characters only, right? So Nina. Okay, what else we need here? Let's go with the salary to make it clear. Okay, so you see actual data we are storing in this format, but after using upper function it is converting all characters to uppercase, and then it is matching with our input. So even if we pass this input like this, right, NEENA, now our name got converted to uppercase, but we are passing input in this format, what is the actual data we have in table. Again it is not in sync, right? Our input not in sync with the data what we are converting. So directly if we use that column name, fine, so it is matching, right? This is our actual table data and it is our input, it is matching. So when we use upper function on this, it is converting to uppercase. So again our input is not matching. So in this case we can use upper function on both the columns, I mean both the sides. Okay, so you see upper, so upper on column name, upper on our input. So now both the values will get converted to uppercase while executing the query, and it will match. It will match and it will display the data just like this. Okay, and this can be runtime value, runtime parameter. So let's say name. So upper name, right? So here I can provide Nina in lowercase. Okay, we will get that result. Again, let's say John. Maybe JH1, right? Okay, JO or JH. Okay, it is not matching. Okay, let's go with the Pat. You see, Pat, we are getting. So actual data in our table we are converting to uppercase, and actual input from the customer or user we are converting to uppercase. Means now both the sides it will be in uppercase only, right? So Pat and whatever the input we are getting from user is Pat, converting to uppercase. Both are in matching state, right? So we will get the result. Getting what uppercase or upper function is doing. Same thing, we can go with the lower function. So just opposite, it will convert characters to lowercase. So let's say we have John like this and I'm using lower, so it will convert all characters to lowercase. Okay, so now you tell me what should be the column function, I mean on column what function we need to use. So we are getting input from user and we are converting to lowercase. So same thing should be applied on our column name also, right? So both the sides it should be in the same case, lower or upper, then only it will be in sync. So while passing the input I can pass it in uppercase, but while comparing it will convert to lowercase and it will display the data. It is in matching state. Okay, so it is also straightforward, but how to use you need to do practice. Any questions? And same way init cap. So init cap is nothing but first character will be in uppercase and remaining all characters will be in lowercase. Init cap. Let's say if I provide all my values in lowercase, it will convert first character to uppercase and remaining all characters to lowercase. My input can be like this also. All are in uppercase, but still it will do the same conversion. First character only in uppercase, remaining all characters in lowercase. Okay, so if we want to make this data, right, we can use init cap. Okay, so that scenario also we can use just like our lower upper init cap. Okay, so already we are storing data in init cap format only, right? Our, okay, sorry, let me cancel this. So our employee names first character is uppercase and it is in uppercase. Okay, and remaining all characters in lowercase by default. Let's say while inserting itself we followed this init cap format. Now this side we no need to use. So what are the input we are getting from user, only on that input we can use init cap because already it is in init cap format only. Okay, so if I provide my input all in uppercase, it will convert to init cap format and it will match with the actual table data and we will get the result. Okay, so upper lower init cap all are used to work on case, I mean characters. Okay, any questions?
Why are you passing that ampersand name?
Ampersand is used to pass values at runtime. So already we have seen while working on what is that, uh, 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 insert, right? So we have seen one type of insert, right? Reference method
Mm.
means passing values at runtime. So same thing applicable here. So we can pass value at runtime by using ampersand. Okay. Okay. So what is next one? Concat. Okay, we'll see concat function. So concat is used to combine two string values, two column values. Okay, so we have two types again here while using the concat. We'll see one by one. Okay, let's say we have first name, last name, right? So two in two separate columns. Okay, let's work on table itself. Okay, so in our employee C1 table, we have two columns, first name and last name. So if we want to display these two column values in a single column, so we can use concatenation. Okay, it looks like this. So first name, two pipe delimiter symbols, and then our second column, last name. So it can concat first name and last name just like this. So it is combining two column values and displaying as one column. Let's say I'm going to give full name. So it is alias name. Again, we will discuss about column aliases. Okay. So if you observe, there is no space in between first name and last name, right? So again, if you want to add space, we can go with the uh, uh, again pipe delimiters and in between space in single quotations because it is character, right? So we need to provide it in single quotations. Okay, so space as any special characters considered as characters only. Okay, so you see now we are able to generate gap in between first name and last name. So it is called concatenation symbol, pipe delimiters. Okay, so either we can go with this or else we can use concat function. So characters also we can use, but here it is different. Okay, let's say, okay, let me apply. So we can use concat function and in between comma whatever the column values we want to concat, we can use this. So concat by first column name comma second column name. Okay, so it can also do the same, but again, now if I want to add space in between first name and last name, again I need to use one more concat function to concat with the space. So within that, so this one again single. Okay, okay, so here what will happen, first inside function will get executed, this inside concat function. So for first name, it will concat space, means it will add space next to first name. After that, our outer function will execute, and whatever the result we got, let me show you. Okay, here. So let's say first name Donald, right? And it is concatenating space, and there will be space. So after executing inner concat function, it will start executing outer concat. So already space added after first name, then outer concat function just will add last name, will concat last name. Oh, Kannal. Okay, so this is how it will work, but it is difficult, right? Using characters function is difficult. You see, it is also giving same result. Either we can go with the pipe delimiters to concat, right, with other column values, or else we can go with the concat function itself. Okay, but let's say in between, right, or at the end, I want to add some. Servers will take a different requirement. Okay, so we got concat, right? Let's say I want to add first name dot last name at the date gmail.com. Okay, so we have first name column, we have last name column, and just in between there should be dot, and at the end gmail.com we want to add. Means we are going to generate one new column just like full name. So that it is my requirement, first name dot last name at the date gmail.com, right? So same thing we can achieve by using concat. Okay, so now instead of using space, I'm going to use dot. Okay, so let's say it is my email. So first name dot last name as my email column. So here, until here we are good. At the end, again we need to add at the date gmail.com. So again we can take pipe delimiter symbols, and in single quotations we can say at the date gmail.com. So now we are able to see expected output. So first name dot last name at the date gmail.com, right? So here we are using three concatenation symbols. So one is to concatenate with the dot, and one is to concatenate with at the rate gmail.com, and in between. So last name, first name, we have on concat. So three times. So same requirement, if we want to achieve by using concat function, we need to use three times. Okay, so we'll show you again. So first it will execute. Okay, so first it will execute concat first name concatenating with dot. So what is the next requirement? We need to concat with last name. So we need to take one more function, concat open bracket, whatever the value result we are getting here, dot comma our last name column. So if we run this, we can see Donald dot Kannal. Again we need to add one more thing, right? So gmail.com. So to add that, again we need one more concat function on top of this. Okay, so concat, again at the after closed bracket of second concat, take closed bracket and then this. Okay, let me move to next line, and again it is our email. Okay. So it is also doing same thing. So first name dot last name at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so we can go with this way or we can go with this way, but it is very easy to understand and easy to implement also using pipe delimiter symbols for concatenation. Okay, so here open bracket, close bracket, lot of syntaxes we need to follow. Both are correct, both are correct. Clear? And we'll see, right, this one. So why I'm using alias names as email? You see our column header displaying as email. So if I don't use any alias names, means as something, right, whatever the calculation we have, so I'm going to use that, right? So now our column header will be our logic. So concat, open bracket, concat, this is what. So it is not giving proper name to this info. So it is our email, right? So we can use alias names as email to make it clear and understandable. So it is called column alias, and we have table aliases also. We will see in future, we will get that. It is column alias. Whatever the logics we used, so on top of that, we can go with the aliases, right? Even you can say here. So runtime, runtime, runtime. Okay, you see. So whatever the logic we are using, functions we are using, that is the column header. So instead of displaying that, we can use our own defined column names in select statement. So I can say r underscore salary, where I'm using round function. So now it will display r underscore salary instead of this logic, right? Same way, c underscore salary display c underscore name. So we can use as, or else we can directly give that column name. So next to our logic, so it will consider it as a alias name. So better use as, so that it will be clear. Okay, it is a column alias. Okay. So okay, so we are almost done. And then remaining string functions we will discuss in tomorrow's session. So these all are again very important. Trim, okay, 50% I can say, rpad lpad also, but from here, translate, replace, decode, case, substring, in-string, these 6 are very important. Mainly substring and in-string. So this may take more time to understand. Again, no problem, we will discuss clearly with more scenarios. Okay, so that's all guys for today. Maybe tomorrow Saturday, right? So tomorrow and day after tomorrow we don't have call. Again, we will meet on Monday. Okay, so if you download those two software, just ping me in group or individually. I will share one more video. You can follow that steps and you can start installing. Okay, that's all about it guys.